Welcome to DBMS class. Today we are going to discuss about the classification of entity sets. So that is entity sets are classifications of entity sets. Before going to discuss about entity sets, so first of all you should know the what is an entity. An entity is nothing but anything about which the data are collected and stored within a entity set. So for examples are person details, place details, and objects. Persons, place, objects are example for entity. So this collection of entities or set of entities of the same type that shares the same properties are known as an entity. So an entity set is nothing but it is a collection of or set of entities of the same type that shares the same properties. So entities are classified as two types, strong entity sets and weak entity set. So strong entity set means an entity set that has a primary key. An entity set that has a primary key is termed as a strong entity set, and the strong entity sets entities existence does not depending on other entity sets entities, and it can be represented by using a rectangular single line rectangular symbol. Okay, this is a representation of strong entity set in ER data model, ER diagram. So next we will discuss about the weak entity set. So an entity set that may not have sufficient attribute to form a primary key, such entity set is called as a or is known as a weak entity set. So weak entity sets entities existence depending on another entity sets entities, and it can be represented by using a double line rectangular box in ER diagram. So observe this ER diagram. So in this diagram, so the lone entity set entity's existence does not depending on any other entity set. So this is a strong entity set, and this strong entity set is having a so primary key, that is lone ID is a primary key. So next coming into weak entity set. So weak entity set entity's existence depending on the lone entity set, and this payment entity set does not having a primary key. And in ER diagram, so weak entity set is represented by using double line rectangular box, and the relationship between strong entity set and weak entity set represented by a double line diamond symbol called as a identifying relationship. Okay, once again I am repeating. So here strong entity set is nothing but an entity set which is having a primary key, and an entity set's entity's existence does not depending on another entity set, then it is called as a strong entity set. And a strong entity set is represented by single line rectangular box. So next weak entity set is nothing but so an entity set which does not having sufficient attribute to form a primary key, and weak entity sets entities existence depending on another entity sets entities. So this is called weak entity set, and weak entity set is represented by double line rectangular box. The relationship between the strong entity set and weak entity set is represented by the identifying relationship, that is double line rectangular double line diamond symbol. Okay, thank you. So this is regarding classification of strong entity set and weak entity.